Hey guys and gals, Greg and Mortis here from Land of the Creeps Horror Podcast, doing my first video in a hot minute, and we're going to be doing a feature mini review of the 2020 The Grudge. Just came out today as we went and saw it at the theater. It is in theaters now. The Grudge 2020, directed by Nicholas Pesce, I guess is how you say his name. And this one is produced from Sam Raimi and Ghost House. Basic setup, it kind of follows along with the 2004 and 2006 versions of The Grudge. It's kind of in that time zone, if you want to say. Basic setup is you got Detective Muldoon, played by Andrea Riseborough, who was from the movie Mandy last year with Nicolas Cage, which is a really great movie. She is Detective Muldoon. And there's a murder at the beginning of this movie, and she gets a hold of the files, and she starts trying to do, because there's a similarity from the past, so she tries to do some tracking down and trying to piece some things together. Problem is, sometimes, you start messing with things from the past, you don't know what you're messing with, and things can happen. So the premise of this movie is, where there's death by rage, there is a curse. And this curse could follow you. You enter into this home, the Landers home, I'll say in this movie. Anybody that enters it, this curse follows them. And she finds out and others find out. The basic setup, this movie kind of jumps into 2004. And then it'll go to 2006. And then it's 2005. And there's a lot of back and forth. I don't sometimes understand or know whether it's what year it is. They do put a big card up that says 2004 or whatever, but sometimes you get lost in it. The movie itself is kind of slow for me. It took about an hour plus for me to feel like there was a lot of action. But once the action started happening, the scares were pretty good in this one. I'll say that even the whole that everybody's grown to know and accustomed to was creepy. The makeup effects were pretty good in this one. The acting as a whole was pretty good. Lynn Shay, awesome, as always. But there again, it just took a long time for any action for me to take place. So I was kind of, some of the story was good. It just, that whole scenario where you're seeing this family and then all of a sudden you flash forward to the detective, then you're going to another family, and it's kind of hard to take place. Is this happening before or after or between? To me, it just felt confusing, and I felt confused. There again, score and the scares and the different things were okay. They just were so, hour plus before you see it, okay? So I think if you're in the Grudge universe and you like that Grudge universe, I think you'll probably enjoy it a little better than I did. Honestly, Ju-on and the first Grudge, I know. Other than that, I don't really know the universe, so for me, it was kind of hit or miss. If you want to go see it in the theater, I would recommend waiting until maybe like a matinee or $2 Tuesday, Tightwad Tuesday, whatever you want to call it, or wait until this comes out streaming. I'm going to give it like a 5.5 out of 10 rating and say it's an okay film. But it's a good start to 2020 because it's ramping up now. It's 2020 January 2nd or January 3rd now. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the future. This was just kind of the kick for me. So that's kind of my take on it. It's an okay film, not good, not great, just okay. So take it for what that is. If you like this video, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. I'd love for you to share it. I'd love for you to comment on it. And we'll look for some more videos in the future as well. I'll try to do some more reviews if you want them. Also, maybe some Blu-ray, DVD, stuff like that. So once again, mini review of The Grudge, 5.5 out of 10 for me. Just an okay film, a little bit above average. If you want to catch up with me or you're not aware, I am host of Land of the Creeps Horror Podcast at landofthecreeps.blogspot.com. We just finished with episode 210, and we're fixing to hit 211 coming up in 2 weeks, and that is going to be our top 5 most anticipated films from 2020. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. So for that saying, this is Greg and Mortis and Land of the Creeps Horror Podcast. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.